Amazing Housekeeper exposes 3 months of false pregnancy by boss's ex-wife, changing lives forever. Anna straightened her back, the broom nestled against her hip as she stood in the Thompsons' immaculate living room. The weight of the world felt heavy on her shoulders, a familiar sentiment shaped by the constant juggling of bills and bedtime stories. She looked at the polished floors, the designer furniture, and felt like a ghost haunting the edges of their perfect lives. Yet here, amidst the splendor, she was just a housekeeper, her efforts barely noticed. As she swept, her mind wandered to her little girl, Lily, sleeping back at their small apartment. Did she deserve a better life? The fear of not providing enough gnawed at her. In this affluent house, Anna often felt like a shadow beneath the shining chandelier, hauntingly aware that with every sweep, she was merely cleaning someone else's dream while her own drifted further away. Today was different. Today she climbed the ladder of the attic, searching through dusty boxes for forgotten toys, a task that often brought her solace amid the mundanity. It was there, buried under colorful stuffed animals, that she discovered the journals belonging to Lisa Thompson, her employer's ex-wife. Curious, she pulled them out, her fingers trembling with anticipation. As she read, that excitement quickly waned, replaced by a sinking feeling in her stomach. Lisa had orchestrated an elaborate deception about being pregnant, a plot to regain control over her fractured family. Anna's pulse quickened, the lies dripped off each page, blurring the lines between honesty and desperation. For the first time, she felt a connection with Lisa, a woman whose facade mirrored her own struggles, where life choices twisted into pretzels of moral dilemmas and personal failings. With every revelation, Anna's heart began to race, battling the familiar uncertainties, expose the truth and disrupt the lives of those she worked for, or remain silent, preserving the fragile comforts of their world. She entered the cafe, where Mrs. Henderson was waiting, her hands cradling a steaming cup. Anna could hardly focus, words spilling out like a waterfall. "I found something wrong." As she relayed her findings, she watched Mrs. Henderson's expression shift from curiosity to concern, urging her to consider the implications of truth versus fiction. "People love deeply, Anna," Mrs. Henderson said, her voice soft yet firm. "Sometimes love isn't enough to shield us from truth. You have a choice to make." The old teacher's words pressed against Anna's mind, intensifying the swirling jungle of her emotions. The world became a dichotomy of right and wrong, each choice splintering into more possibilities. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. Days passed, each moment stretched into agony as she navigated the escalating tension at the Thompson household. Hushed arguments floated on the air like sad notes as she polished their silverware. Every gasp and glance etched a deeper mark of doubt in her heart. How could she disrupt their lives built on delicate lies? A part of her wanted to scream, to shake Lisa awake from her fantasies, but what would that mean for the Thompsons, for Lily? Anna's heart pounded when she overheard a confrontation one night, the desperation ringing in Lisa's voice, tears cascading down her cheeks as she pleaded for another chance. Anna stood frozen, torn between her resentment for the dishonesty and sudden sympathy for a woman who was simply seeking acceptance. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the town in shades of amber and shadow, Anna blinked against the rushing wave of realization. This choice wouldn't merely affect her, it would ripple through the lives of all entangled in this web of deceit. Suddenly, Anna found herself standing at a precipice, a crossroads where truth and safety collided. The question loomed, relentless: stay silent and protect the delicate balance, or expose the truth and change everything? She drew a shaky breath, ready to confront the unknown, as the shadows around her grew longer, entwining her life with those of the Thompsons in ways she never could have imagined. Each day brought fresh layers of inner turmoil as Anna grappled with the implications of her discovery. The lingering words of Mrs. Henderson echoed in her mind. Truth and love were often incompatible, yet to choose one meant sacrificing the other. It was a dilemma that dug into her conscience, stirring a sense of purpose beneath the chaos. She found herself in the attic again, the journals open like a stage revealing secrets that twisted her heart. With every passing day, the conflict deepened. How could she maintain her integrity while navigating the fragile dynamics of the Thompson family? Each entry she read pulled at her emotions, revealing the desperation of a woman trying to rebuild someone else's shattered life even if it meant wielding lies as a tool. One afternoon, Anna allowed herself a moment of reflection while tidying up the children's playroom. Surrounded by toys and laughter, she imagined Lily playing here, fitting into a life that seemed magical from the outside. Would it really be better for her daughter if Anna upended the delicate balance of the Thompsons' family? The laughter echoed painfully, a stark contrast to her own reality. It was difficult not to envy the world they inhabited, even in its imperfections. Sitting back on her heels, Anna pressed her palms to the floor, an anchor in her chaos. She recalled how, just a few months prior, she had approached this job solely as a means of survival, a paycheck to cover rent and groceries. But now, her role had evolved beyond cleaning. It was a conduit for self-discovery, a reflection of her values and beliefs. The juxtaposition of her mundane tasks against the stark truth she had uncovered filled her with revitalized determination. That night, Anna lay awake, the shadows of her room mirroring her unease. She had to make a decision, one that would not only define her but also shape the outcomes for those who depended on her, from her daughter to the Thompsons. She felt a flicker of courage igniting within her, fueled by a need for authenticity. Perhaps this revelation could catapult her to a new path of empowerment where she embraced her truth rather than hiding behind someone else's narrative. The following day, she confronted her fear and sought out Mrs. Henderson once again. The cafe felt like hallowed ground, a familiar spot where the weight of uncertainty could be discussed. As she sipped her coffee, Anna's heart raced. "I can't just stand by anymore," she confessed, driven by newfound resolve. She detailed her plans to expose Lisa's deceit gently to inform the family while allowing them to process not just the truth, but also the pain and hope that came with it. Mrs. Henderson listened intently, her sage nod indicating support but also raising caution. "It's not simply about revealing the truth, Anna. Remember, you will reshape many lives. Will you be prepared for the fallout? People often resist the change you bring." The question struck deep, igniting another storm within her thoughts. Was she really ready to take on the consequences of her actions? As she stepped out of the cafe, the horizon ahead felt wider, but the path grew steep and treacherous. Awash in conflicting strength and fear, Anna weighed the risks of her upcoming confrontation with Lisa, the emotional dunes shifting beneath her feet. Would this truth shine the light they needed, or would it shatter everything and everyone she had come to care about? A sudden determination settled in her chest. She would not be a victim of circumstance any longer. The time had come to face the truth not in solitude, but as an active participant in her life. Perhaps, just perhaps, confronting the web of deceit could pave the way for healing, even if it meant braving the chaos ahead. Anna took resolute steps toward the Thompson house, her heart pounding, knowing she was on the brink of an uncertain yet transformative encounter that would shape her destiny forever. The air felt heavy around Anna as she strolled toward the Thompson residence, each step underscoring her resolve while simultaneously amplifying her trepidation. She envisioned various scenarios playing out in her mind, turning over the implications in her thoughts like stones in a stream, each one sharper than the last. The pristine facade of their home loomed before her, its beauty starkly contrasting the turbulent storm brewing within her, for how could one home carry both light and shadow? As she approached the door, Anna paused, gripping her phone like a lifeline, ready to capture every nuance of the conversation. Yet, beneath her calculated exterior, anxiety bubbled to the surface, and doubts whispered that perhaps she was overstepping boundaries too deeply entrenched in the fabric of the Thompson family. This wasn't just about truth, it was about live souls that had woven themselves intricately into her own existence over months of shared experiences, laughter, and tears. With a deep breath, Anna pressed the doorbell, the chime echoing like a tolling bell. She felt small in that moment, acutely aware that she was about to disrupt what appeared to be a carefully curated facade. The door swung open to reveal Lisa, her eyes scanning Anna's face, a mixture of curiosity and concern evident in her expression. "Anna? Is everything all right?" Lisa inquired, a tight smile barely reaching her eyes. Anna's heart raced, each beat a reminder of the gravity of the situation. She began, the words coiling tightly in her throat, "I need to talk to you. It's important." Lisa hesitated, glancing back over her shoulder toward the living room where laughter from the children intermingled with the gentle hum of adult conversation. "Let us step outside," she suggested, leading Anna to the backyard where the air felt indeed less confining, but also filled with the distant sounds of innocent bliss. Once seated on the patio chair, Anna found herself grappling with the enormity of what lay ahead. The chirping of birds offered no solace, instead, it felt like an audience awaiting the unfolding drama. "It's about what's been happening about the truth," she started, her resolve momentarily faltering. "What do you mean?" Lisa's voice held a cautious edge, her brows knitting together. Taking a deep breath, Anna conjured the image of all those journal entries, the hidden pain reverberating through each line. "I know things have been tough with you and John. But there's something I've discovered, something about your past that could change everything," she stated, her voice steadying with each syllable, underpinned by the urgency of her mission. As she recounted her findings, the deception that had infiltrated not just Lisa's life but also the very foundation of the family's dynamic, she observed Lisa's expression shift from cautious curiosity to incredulity, then ultimately, pain. "So, you've known? You've been keeping this secret?" Lisa's voice cracked, the composure she had clung to fracturing before Anna's eyes. Her vulnerability mirrored Anna's internal struggle, reflecting the conflict that demanded to be addressed, a mirror to one's own fears laid bare. "I didn't know how to approach this." Anna felt her own heart clench, recognizing that revealing the truth meant dismantling the very life Lisa had been hiding behind. "Did you ever think about the consequences?" Lisa shot back, tears glistening in her eyes, a mix of outrage and sadness morphing the vibrant expression of hope that often marked her presence. Anna faltered, their gazes locking in an unspoken battle of wills. In this confrontation, she found herself at a crossroads. Would she remain brave enough to stand by her truth while risking everything? Just then, the sound of children's laughter floated through the air, invoking the urgency of even greater stakes than her own. This was about so much more than her. It was about lives and futures intertwined with her own, drawing her deeper into a complexity she could have never anticipated. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue across the yard, the weight of the decision loomed over Anna. Would she be able to see this moment through and confront not just Lisa, but everything she represented in her own journey? In that charged silence, a new realization emerged within her, igniting yet another flicker of determination as she contemplated the storm she had unleashed. Perhaps facing the tsunami of consequences might just lead to the enlightenment and salvation she desperately sought, not only for Lisa but for herself as well. Now more resolute than ever, Anna pondered the depths of her next steps, feeling their shadows stretch long in the sun's decline. What if the truth, no matter how entwined with pain, could indeed be the very catalyst for healing for them all? As the last rays of sunlight bathed the yard in warmth, Anna felt the weight of her revelation pressed heavily upon her chest. Lisa's eyes betrayed a storm of emotions: anger, betrayal, despair. Each flicker of acknowledgement in Lisa's gaze confirmed Anna's doubts about her decision. Did she have the right to initiate this upheaval? Was the truth worth a lifetime of lies unraveling? "Anna," Lisa's voice broke the silence, trembling with trepidation, "how could you not tell me sooner? All this time, you knew about the deception." The accusation lingered in the air, charging it with unspoken grievances that stretched beyond this moment. Anna searched Lisa's face, hoping for some sign of understanding. Instead, she found an impenetrable wall of hurt. "I didn't know how to approach you." The truth is, Anna hesitated, realizing the abyss of the truth was indeed vast. "I thought it might be uncomfortable, but I never anticipated how much it would torment you, or everyone involved." Lisa let out a harsh laugh, tinged with bitterness. "You thought comfort was more important than honesty? Do you realize the lengths I've gone to protect my family?" Each word dripped with resentment, cutting through Anna's resolve. As the initial confrontation morphed into raw scrutiny, Anna's mind raced. The revelations she had uncovered were not mere facts, they were a representation of shattered trust, splintering under the weight of too many secrets. She wrestled with her own internal conflict, the impulse to retreat from the chaos clashing against her commitment to face it. She had taken a step onto a tightrope, and there was no going back. "I'm not here to take sides," Anna asserted, her voice a surprising mixture of firmness and vulnerability. "But the truth needs to be set free, for the sake of your family. You deserve to know the reality behind the smiles, behind the facade." Lisa's hands tightened into fists, the stark white knuckles reflecting her turmoil. "And what will knowing that reality do for me? Maybe it would be easier to live in the delusion." Anna sighed, frustration boiling just beneath the surface. "Maybe, but is that really living? Keeping up appearances? Hiding behind fear?" Her voice softened, empathy saturating her tone. "You have strength, Lisa. You've navigated challenges before, you can handle this too. Finding out now may hurt, but it may ultimately help you reclaim your life." Lisa darted her gaze away, biting her lip as if willing herself not to cry. Anna felt the weight of her own emotions swell. Supporting Lisa would mean exposing her own vulnerabilities as well. Yet as painful as this confrontation was, Anna couldn't let her fear obstruct the truth any longer. In that heated moment, a new understanding flickered within Anna, a revelation of her strength. This struggle forced her to confront a part of herself that often shied away from conflict. It was not just about helping Lisa, it was about claiming her own voice, recognizing that she too had stumbled into boundaries worth pushing. "Just think about it," Anna said gently. "You deserve clarity, even if it's hard. You can be strong, and I'll be here to support you, whatever you decide." Her heart raced with concern for Lisa's mental state, but she knew that her own sincerity had to accompany the rawness of the truth. The silence hung thick as the two women absorbed the weight of the conversation. Anna felt something shift within her, a dawning strength that resided not only in her uncovering truths but also in the resolve to stand by her choices, however controversial. The moment was a crucible of decision. Anna was at a precipice, where the boundaries of truth, friendship, and personal growth blurred, demanding an answer. Could she navigate the storm she stirred while holding on to her integrity and respect for Lisa's journey? "Will you pledge to confront him?" Lisa asked suddenly, her voice barely above a whisper. It was a challenging return question, one that would set forth a new wave of confrontation encompassing the family. Anna's mind whirled at the thought. Was she ready for that? The complexities of the past were interwoven into the present, threatening to engulf whatever semblance of stability lay in wait. "Yes," she finally replied, her voice tremoring yet firm. "I will do it. For both of us." As the shadows lengthened across the backyard, Anna felt a renewed sense of purpose. She had stepped into a role far beyond her initial expectations, and yet, it was exhilarating. Little did she know, however, that the confrontation she had just agreed to could have consequences far more profound than she had ever imagined. With the world around her dimming, she contemplated her next steps, already feeling the distant echoes of confrontation on the horizon. What awaited her there, and at what cost would the truth reveal itself? The following morning was marked by a hesitant light streaming through Anna's bedroom window. The shadows of her decision still loomed, embedding themselves in her mind like a haunting melody that refused to fade. She stared at her reflection, noting the frayed edges around her eyes. Had she crossed an irreversible line with her commitment to uncover the truth? One thing was certain, she could no longer avoid the storm she'd set in motion. Yet, beneath the apprehension was an undeniable stirring of determination. Anna had never imagined herself as a catalyst for change, yet here she was, standing on the edge of a personal awakening. The confrontation with Lisa loomed over her like a thundercloud, but it also ignited a spark within. This wasn't merely about revealing secrets, it was an exploration of her own identity. As she dressed for the day, she mentally mapped out her approach. The thought of confronting Lisa's husband, the man who had hidden so much from them, intensified her anxiety. Panic fluttered in her chest. What if he was unyielding? Was she prepared to deal with his fallout? She had to remind herself of her reasons: genuine concern for Lisa, the belief in the power of honesty, and her own quest for integrity. As she slipped on her shoes, Anna felt that old, familiar self-doubt creeping back in. But yesterday's conversation had given her insight into her own resilience. She thought of the typical roles she had always played: friend, support, confidant. Those roles felt limiting now. Wasn't she capable of being their protector instead? Before her self-doubt could spiral, Anna silenced those thoughts with resolve. Today was about action. With each step towards Lisa's house, she mentally rehearsed her lines, bracing for the confrontation that awaited her. Would Lisa stand beside her, or would she turn against her? The decision to pursue the truth had irrevocably intertwined their fates, a gamble she couldn't take lightly. Arriving at Lisa's doorstep, Anna breathed deeply, gathering her courage. The sunlight seemed unforgiving as she stood there, a paradox of warmth and cruelty. Then, without a second thought, she rang the doorbell, the sound echoing like a declaration of intent. Minutes felt like hours as she waited, her heart racing. Just as the doubt threatened to throttle her resolve, Lisa appeared, her face a mixture of confusion and apprehension. "Anna," she breathed out, her voice tinged with disbelief. "You came." "I need to talk to you," Anna said, pushing past the hellish weight of fear. "It's important. About your husband." Before she could change her mind, Anna stepped inside, crossing the threshold into the unknown. The room felt heavier than the air outside. Conflicting emotions danced behind Lisa's eyes, reflecting both her individual turmoil and what had transpired between them. Anna knew this conversation had the potential to shatter any semblance of normalcy that still remained in Lisa's life. "Let us go somewhere private," Lisa suggested, leading Anna to the backyard, a place once filled with laughter now strained by the tension of revelation. "Lisa," Anna started, but the fear in Lisa's eyes silenced her. It was evident that this was not a conversation Lisa was poised to handle. In that moment, Anna felt a surge of strength. Truth doesn't only demand courage, it beckons action. "Before we talk about your husband, you need to understand something," Anna said, choosing her words with care. "This is about setting boundaries for yourself and reclaiming your narrative. You've sacrificed so much for others, now it's time for you to focus on what you truly deserve." Lisa remained silent, the conflict within her evident, yet Anna could see the cracks beginning to show in her defensive persona. Perhaps the confrontation wouldn't just be about her husband, it might also be a catalyst for Lisa to confront her own truths. "I need you to be honest with yourself," Anna urged. "Whatever happens next, you deserve clarity." As the gravity of Anna's words settled, Lisa finally nodded, tears brimming on the verge of release. With trembling hands, she whispered, "What if I can't handle it?" "You can," Anna insisted. "You've got to let the truth in, even if it hurts." In that instant, Anna realized that she was not just wrestling with Lisa's husband, but also standing up for Lisa's right to face her reality, no matter how excruciating. Was she ready for the emotional fallout from this confrontation? How far was she willing to go for her friend's freedom? Before Anna could delve deeper into her thoughts, a shadow darkened the doorway leading to the house, and Lisa's expression morphed from anguish to shock. In that moment, Anna understood that their confrontation had taken a dangerous turn, and she braced herself for the unexpected challenge now looming before them. Would they stand united, or would fear shatter the fragile bonds already forming? The moment of truth had arrived, and the implications would resonate deeper than either of them anticipated. The tension in the backyard was palpable, as if the air itself held its breath, waiting for the inevitable confrontation to unfold. Anna's gaze shifted between Lisa and the looming figure that had emerged from the house. Moments stretched, intensifying the gravity of her commitment to honesty and to her friend's well-being. The shadow solidified into none other than Ethan, Lisa's husband, whose unanticipated presence sent a new surge of adrenaline coursing through Anna. "What is going on here?" Ethan's voice cut through the silence, sharp and cautious. His eyes darted between the two women, assessing the situation before him. Anna felt vulnerability creep in, questioning whether she had the strength to withstand whatever storm awaited them. "Ethan," Lisa began, her voice trembling despite a newfound determination flickering in her eyes, "we need to talk." It was a simple phrase yet weighed heavily with implications. This was their turning point, the conversation that could lead to liberation or devastation. Anna took a deep breath, steeling herself. Confronting secrets was one thing, but facing the embodiment of those secrets was wholly different. Yet here they were, three individuals caught in a maelstrom of deception and truth. "Ethan," Anna interjected, "there are things you need to hear, things Lisa deserves to know." Her voice was steadier than she felt, bolstered by the urgency of the moment. Ethan shifted, visibly irritated. Anna could sense his defensiveness rising. "What are you talking about? If there's an issue, let us settle this privately." "No." Lisa's voice surprised everyone, commanding attention. "This isn't just about you anymore. It's about me." The conviction in her words was something Anna had scarcely seen in her friend before. It was a profound shift, a transformation that resonated deeply within Anna, igniting a belief in what Lisa could become if she embraced her truth. "We've both been living lies," Anna continued, her heart pounding. "And it's time to unravel them. You need to explain what's been going on, Ethan. We deserve clarity." Ethan's face soured, impatience radiating off him like heat waves. "What gives you the right to barge in? You think you know everything?" His eyes flashed anger, but beneath it, Anna sensed fear. A fear of exposure, of losing control. The facade was cracking, and she could almost taste the freedom that lay on the other side. "Because I care about Lisa," Anna shot back, her voice cutting like glass. "I'm here for her, and she's here for herself. You can't keep clouding her life with your lies." "But what if confronting him ruins everything?" Lisa whispered to Anna in a moment of weakness, her confidence wavering again. "What if it shatters the only semblance of stability I have left?" Anna stepped closer, lowering her voice to a soft plea intended only for Lisa's ears. "What if staying in the dark is worse? You deserve to find your strength, even if it means facing painful truths." At that moment, Anna's own revelation crystallized. She understood that while her intention was to protect Lisa, they both needed to rediscover their strength to stand in their truth, rooted deeply in their own identities, not defined by those around them. Ethan started to respond, but Anna cut him off. "You can choose to speak now, to be a part of this truth, or we will make our voices heard, together." Lisa's gaze met Anna's, and in that silent exchange, a profound unspoken pact formed between them, a commitment to embrace the storm ahead together. Anna felt shivers of power envelop her. Maybe she was right to believe that their confrontation would yield liberation, not just for Lisa but for herself as well. As tensions escalated, Ethan's defensive walls began to crack further. The moment rippled with uncertainty and anticipation. Would he finally break under the pressure, revealing the complexities of his deceptions? Or would he retreat, wielding his anger like a weapon to silence the truth? Anna steeled herself, recognizing this crossroads would not only reshape Lisa's narrative but could also redefine her own path in the chaos of it all. Anna was about to face the very core of her journey, for it was never just about Lisa's revelation, it was about uncovering her own strength as a protector and advocate. Just as Ethan opened his mouth to respond, the unthinkable happened. A profound silence descended as a figure appeared in the doorway behind him, one that threatened to change everything they thought they knew about their intertwined lives. Anna's heart raced. Who was it, and how would this new revelation further unravel the fabric of their existence? The stakes were higher than ever, inviting a storm that could drown them all if they weren't careful. As the figure stepped forward beneath the porch light, Anna squinted, her heart thundering in her chest. The silhouette transformed into a woman whose expression was a blend of surprise and urgency. It was Jenna, the housekeeper, and Anna felt an unexpected jolt. Jenna had been a quiet yet observant presence in their lives, often underestimated but undeniably astute. What is happening here? Jenna's voice became the third unexpected harbinger of change, clear and steady, cutting through the tension. She surveyed the scene, her eyes landing on Ethan before shifting to Lisa and Anna. It was apparent she sensed the weight of the moment, and even more so, what was at stake. Anna felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Perhaps Jenna's presence, an ally they hadn't anticipated, would offer the strength they all needed. Lisa's eyes widened in recognition, but her initial shock quickly morphed into an acknowledgement that they were all part of a much larger narrative, one driven by truth rather than secrets. Jenna, it's complicated, Lisa managed, her voice still shaky but buoyed by the new dynamic in the air. Complicated or not, there's something vital to be said, Jenna replied with a firmness that suggested she had her own history of buried truths. Anna watched as a spark ignited in Lisa, who was clearly wrestling with her fears against a rising tide of determination. Ethan's defensiveness morphed into annoyance. What do you know, Jenna? You're just here to clean, not to meddle in our personal lives. But Jenna stood her ground, her voice rising with quiet authority. I know enough to see when someone is hurting. And it's time for truths to come out, isn't it? The air thickened with anticipation, and Anna's mind raced through the implications. Jenna seemed ready to divulge something crucial, a thread that could stitch together the frayed edges of their lives. What did she know? What had she witnessed during her hours spent in this home? Ethan, Jenna continued, her eyes narrowing. When I quilted the patterns of your life together these past months, I saw things that didn't add up. I watched Lisa change, and I watched you, not the man you pretend to be, but someone afraid of losing everything. Ethan bristled. You dare speak to me like that? I dare to speak the truth when I see it, yes, she shot back, unflinching. Anna admired her courage, realizing she had witnessed complexities that others had overlooked. This was her moment to reveal hidden insights, a perspective that had been shadowed until now. What's really going on, Ethan? Anna pressed, channeling her focus back to him. She needed him to unravel, to lay bare his motives, perhaps even more than for Lisa's sake. Jenna hesitated, weighing her next words. The truth is, I found a letter. One that revealed plans and promises made outside of this home, things your wife had never known. Things, she paused, taking a breath, that you've kept secret even from her. Lisa's expression shifted from confusion to realization, prompting Anna to interject, you need to share whatever you have, Jenna. Secrets only suppress our strength. There was no turning back now, they were cornered by the truth. The air hummed with the gravity of Jenna's potential revelations, a palpable echo of the choices yet to come. Would Ethan capitulate and reveal all? Or would he lash out, attempting to maintain the status quo? Anna felt an inexorable pull to steer this conversation toward clarity and resolution, for herself and for Lisa. With a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration, Anna considered her next move. She was standing at the precipice of an upheaval that could redefine their lives, and for the first time, the power of their shared experiences felt tangible. Just as Jenna opened her mouth to speak, an unexpected sound, an urgent notification resonating from Anna's phone, broke through the tension, jolting everyone into the present moment. She glanced down, her heart skipping a beat at the message glowing on the screen. Who was reaching out at such a critical time, and what did it mean for the precarious balance they had barely begun to navigate? The stakes were rising, and Anna felt the world tilt beneath her feet, demanding she choose her next step carefully. Anna felt the weight of the moment pressing in on her as she stared at her phone, the message flickering like a beacon amidst the storm of emotions swirling around them. "Ethan," she said, urgency bleeding into her tone. "We can't keep dodging the truth when these revelations are at our doorstep. Whatever Jenna has, it could change everything." Her words hung in the air, thick with tension. The notification buzzed again, but Anna resisted the urge to check it. Something about that moment required her full attention on the truth building around her and on Ethan, whose face had paled at the implications of Jenna's words. "You think you can demand answers like that?" Ethan spat, his bravado crumbling into something more desperate. Anna could see how tightly he clutched the edges of his carefully constructed facade. Was he unraveling, piece by piece, as Jenna's presence bared the raw edges of his reality? Enough. Jenna's interjection sliced through the tension once again. "You can't hide behind your defiance anymore, Ethan. This isn't just about your pride. Lisa deserves to know what kind of life she's been living with you." Her voice trembled slightly but held strong. Anna saw the flicker of doubt in Ethan's eyes. Was that fear mixed with recognition? Seeing the internal conflict playing out on his face ignited a flame of determination within Anna. She had spent too long in the wings of her own life, wrestling with doubt. If this was the moment to push against the shadows, she wouldn't falter. "Ethan, you need to choose if you want to carry this burden alone or share it with those who care about you. Look around, you have allies ready to support you, but true strength lies in honesty." As if her words had stirred something in the room, Lisa stepped towards Ethan, her expression becoming resolute. "I even had an inkling that something was off, Ethan. But now, I need to know." Her voice cracked gently, but the firmness behind it echoed the weight of so many unsaid words. Ethan's mouth opened, then closed. Moments passed like hours as the uncertainty twisted his features. The pressure from the three women in the dimly lit porch transformed from a simple gathering into a crucible where revelations would happen, whether he was ready for them or not. His breathing became more rapid, and Anna recognized the signs of someone on the verge of breaking. And then, a deeper part of her offered not just patience, but empathy for Ethan. She knew this moment was tearing through him. Each layer of pretense he shed would cast him into a new light, one that was either liberating or terrifying. "You think I've been hiding?" Ethan finally said, his voice barely above a whisper, but laced with the thrill of confrontation. "You don't know the half of it." Anna felt the shift in the atmosphere, like an earthquake preparing to rattle everything to its core. Jenna stepped closer, as if the weight of her own revelations were preparing to collapse onto them with the force of truth, and she was ready to be the harbinger. The notification from Anna's phone buzzed again, more insistent this time, cutting through the palpable tension. The urgency of that message felt almost like a warning or a signal, an unyielding reminder that change was looming everywhere around them. "Do we dare to open that door, Ethan?" Anna asked, conviction settling in along with the budding realization of her own strength. She had unearthed a sense of agency, a powerful force of resilience. And as Jenna opened her mouth to speak again, the air crackling with possibilities, Anna's phone buzzed one last time, its screen illuminating the shadows, and she instinctively turned to the screen, heart racing. This time, there would be no turning back. What awaited them on the other side of truth was unknown, but it was a necessity Anna could no longer resist. What awaited behind that door would demand everything from each of them. Would they be ready to face it together, or were the cracks in their relationships wider than they had feared? The buzz of the notification faded into the background as Anna's heart thudded in her chest, a drumbeat of anticipation. She could feel the atmosphere shift, thickening with the weight of impending revelations. Despite the swirl of fear and uncertainty, a flicker of courage ignited within her. This was a moment to harness that sense of agency she thought had long been extinguished. Ethan's gaze darted between Jenna, Lisa, and Anna, betraying a storm of emotions. "Why are you all pushing me?" he finally blurted, desperation mingling with anger. "You think I haven't thought about it? Every day, drowning in this mess. It tears you apart, piece by piece. You want me to bleed in front of you? His voice cracked, the fierceness dissolving into something raw and exposed. Anna could taste the resignation on his lips, a bitter reminder that vulnerability could be a double-edged sword. It's not about the blood, Ethan. It's about the truth. This can't keep festering, she replied, her voice steady, cutting against his chaos. The silence that followed was electric. Jenna's resolve was palpable as she took a step closer, almost daring him to recoil. This isn't just about you, Ethan. You think you're protecting us? All you're doing is shackling us to your lies. Anna's pulse quickened again. She could see Ethan's shoulders sagging under the pressure, each accusation peeling back the layers of his carefully crafted reality. The cracks were spreading, and she felt a rush of empathy wash over her. It was a feeling she hadn't allowed herself to feel in years. Maybe I don't know the half of it, Anna interjected softly, forcing herself to keep her demeanor calm amidst the storm. But I'm willing to try. I want to understand. For Anna, this wasn't just about Ethan. This was a pivotal moment for her own growth. To push through the expectations of others, she needed to redefine her understanding of strength. Here, in the rawness of shared truth, she sensed an opportunity for reflection, not just for him but for herself. Ethan, what is it that you fear, exactly? Losing us? Losing control, she asked, aiming to unravel the complex web woven from insecurity and secrecy. Every word felt like a step toward self-discovery. He turned, softened by her earnestness. It's everything, he admitted, shoulders slumping under the weight of guilt and fear. I've already lost so much, I can't bear to jeopardize what's left. At that moment, the phone buzzed again, a sharp reminder of the outside world clawing for attention. The tension broke and Anna briefly diverted her gaze to check the screen, heart pulsing wildly as she read the dramatic headline. Anna, don't. Lisa interjected sharply, her voice charged with a desperate urgency. We can't let distractions pull our focus away. This is about Ethan's truth, not tabloids. Ethan straightened, suddenly self-conscious, the flicker of shame evident in his eyes. You think some sensational article can change how I feel? It doesn't matter if the world knows. What matters is how I look at myself. A profound stillness enveloped them. Anna felt her chest tighten with the enormity of Ethan's admission. It was a rare glimpse into the chaos that swept through his mind. His battle was not just against the scrutiny of others but against his own reflection, a realization that rekindled something deep within Anna. Then, Ethan, she said, choosing her words carefully, isn't it time to redefine who you are without all this? All eyes locked on Ethan, anticipation hanging thick in the air. He seemed on the verge of an epiphany, ready to break free from the chains of his own creation. Just as it seemed he would unveil the truth that had strung them all along for so long, the notification buzzed violently again, ripping them from their moment as if it held a crucial key to the narrative. Each buzz felt like time ticking away. Would it reveal a message that would change everything? The subdued atmosphere crackled with a tension that felt electric, and Anna sat at the center of it, aware that the next decision could launch them all into uncharted territory. What if the truth waiting behind that notification forced them to confront deeper conflicts than any of them were prepared to manage? Would they unravel even further, or could this be the spark needed for genuine transformation? As Anna felt the vibration of her phone pierce through the charged silence, she hesitated before glancing at the notification. Her heart pounded like a war drum in the quiet air. With a quick breath, she steadied herself, realizing she had already taken pivotal steps into her growth. This moment, charged with uncertainty and promise, demanded focus. Whatever it is, we can deal with it, but first, she said, locking eyes with Ethan, we need to face what is happening right here, right now. Your truth, Ethan, is far more important than whatever noise is on my phone. The urgency in her voice seemed to anchor them. Everyone paused, grappling with the gravity of Anna's assertion. This was the moment they had all been circling beyond hidden letters and unspoken words, beyond noise and distractions. Here, in the willingness to confront their realities, lay a potential for freedom. Ethan's shoulders slumped, the tension between defiance and vulnerability unraveling in a poignant moment of clarity. "I don't want to hurt Lisa. I never wanted this to implode," he admitted, the defensive wall crumbling under the weight of honesty. "But I've been caught in a cycle of my own making. I feel like I'm losing myself." Anna sensed the shift in his demeanor, the way his voice trembled as he clung to hope yet feared dissolution. It was a powerful echo of her own journey, one where she had felt her identity buried under financial burdens and familial obligations. Slowly, she stepped toward him, her heart echoing the courage building within. "The only way through is to confront the reality we've been avoiding. Acknowledge the hurt, Ethan. Free yourself." With that, Jenna stepped into the fold, her voice rising with newfound authority. "Your path to reclamation starts here, and you don't have to journey alone. Lisa, I have seen you both evolve in this toxic dance. Remember, endurance alone does not equate to strength." In that moment, Anna felt the air thicken with revelation. It was a potent realization: strength lay not just in not giving up, but in being vulnerable with each other. It was in the willingness to acknowledge imperfections and confront the messy truths of life. Lisa's eyes softened as she absorbed their words, her resolve crystallizing amidst the storm of emotions. "Ethan, if we are to truly move forward, we must share everything. The hurt, the emptiness, the secrets," she said, voice trembling yet firm. "I cannot walk this path with blinders on. I deserve to dance in the sunlight, to live authentically, as do you." The profound exchange deepened the connection between them, and Anna stood at the perimeter of their reunion, feeling a sense of intertwining strength. This was more than just a moment of truth, it was about authenticity over appearances, something she had craved for herself as well. Ethan exhaled a shaky breath, the resolve battling the regret swirling inside him. Okay. I will share everything. I can't keep perpetuating this illusion." His hands shook as he began pouring out unspoken fears: the financial commitments, the relationships he nurtured outside their marriage, and how he clung to the belief that silence could shield them from pain. In those moments, Anna found herself gaining clarity on her own journey. She had uncovered an undeniable strength within herself. By taking the plunge into uncharted waters, by facilitating this confrontation, she was rediscovering who she was beyond her titles of mother or employee. For the first time, she felt more than a reflection of someone else's narrative, she was an active participant in her life's story. As Ethan's voice cracked under the weight of confusion and sorrow, Anna felt her own heart swell with pride for each of them. This was not merely about truths unveiled, but a reclamation of their individual narratives, a chance to express their authentic selves without the confines of judgment or expectation. As the evening waned and softened into twilight, the air around them transformed, no longer laden with despair, it became a canvas for growth. Jenna's piercing words were met with acknowledgement, as Lisa grasped Ethan's hands, squeezing them with courage shared. In that quiet solidarity, Anna felt the warmth of their collective evolution. Each revelation etched deeper into their hearts, binding them through shared vulnerability. Anna recognized that, ultimately, they were redefining their lives through authentic confrontation rather than pain. This was the realization she had yearned for: healing didn't solely reside in severing ties but rather in intertwining their truth and emerging into a brighter tomorrow, and understanding that the journey was a communal affair drenched in personal authenticity. As they embraced the dawning clarity of their intertwined lives, Anna's phone buzzed again, still unimportant amidst the revelatory exchange unfolding before her. The world outside could wait, the real transformation was happening right within these walls. In her chest, Anna felt a surge of lightness. This was the moment she had claimed, for herself and for them all. She was equipped with newfound confidence, buoyed by the knowledge that she could advocate for both herself and others in relentless pursuit of authenticity. The shadows that once felt so encompassing began to recede. In the weeks that followed, Anna found herself shifting from a role of observer to a proactive participant in life. Through this confrontation and its aftermath, both she and Lisa engaged in an exploration of their identities and boundaries. The fragmented pieces of their lives began fitting together as they advocated for each other's growth. Together they reshaped what it meant to be recognized not merely as shadows but as vibrant individuals claiming their space in the world. And as they each took ownership of the truth unveiled that evening, their lives blossomed with renewed hope and boundless potential. It became a journey of healing, an unwavering commitment to evolving into the very best versions of themselves. Their intertwined paths sparked courage in Anna and offered her a sense of purpose, a vibrant legacy built on shared experiences and empowerment. In an unexpected moment at the end of it all, Anna held a gathering with Jenna and Lisa, experimenting with creative projects that allowed them to express themselves freely. It became a nurturing space where honesty flourished and laughter echoed, emerging from shadows into vibrant sunlight. Anna knew that life would never be devoid of challenges, yet the strength forged from confronting truth made every moment worthwhile. She was poised for the adventures that awaited her ahead, and existing beyond mere survival she was thriving. She walked along their shared path with a steadfast heart, a testament to her own unyielding spirit. Anna had finally embraced her narrative, the joyful tapestry of resilience and authenticity woven tight within her soul. Now, she would move forward with confidence, ready to uplift not only herself but also those she could touch along the way. And in doing so, she ignited the fire within every heart that had once felt dim, beckoning them to find their resonance amidst even the loudest storms. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive emotional stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and comment your reactions and theories about this incredible transformation. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this conclusion. Don't wait even one more second to share the warmth of personal overcoming stories. You need to show your support now.